Hi everyone, Connor Woods here, market coach at Forex Signals and howtotrade.com, and welcome to our weekly preview. It was yet another fascinating week in the financial markets last week, with the RBNZ deciding to hold firm on its monetary policy stance and the Fed seeing more upside to inflation that could lead to further rate hikes. Remember, this is something the markets have not priced in. However, the world's second largest economy, China, looks like it's in trouble and stocks felt really vulnerable. Will it be more of the same this week?
Okay, so play number one, I want to speak about crude oil. A lot has been made of this drop we had last week. Generally risk-off tone that we saw in the market, so no real surprise that we saw oil selling off. And also we had, if I get my drawings on the chart, some clean RSI divergence. We mentioned that at the end of last week. So, called that really nicely. Is it time to panic? Not at all. We've got a really good pivot area around this 78 level. We've got daily imbalance. We've also got support coming in from these moving averages, which looks to me like we're going to see some golden crossover here. That would be bullish for crude oil. Lots of support from the 78 down to the 75 level. I expect that to be support next week if we get that low, and I'll be looking to cash in on some longs. Moving over to Germany, we're having a look at the German stock index, which is known as the DAX. Really, we've just been ranging since March of this year. We threatened to break out to the downside, we threatened to break out to the top side, but more importantly, this looks like a move which is on borrowed time. We thought that up here, we've got that beautiful move to the downside. This is the trade I'm in right now. It was executed on the 4-hour time frame, which is basically a demand zone which is broken, and looking to retest that as a mitigation area. This looks pretty bearish, I'm not going to lie. However, it's all about how we react from 15,400 next week. If we wick into that level, but don't close below it, then I could see that as buy-side liquidity taken, and then a move up towards somewhere like 15,800. But if we were to get a solid close below that area, that's going to be really important. I'm talking about a daily close below this area, because then I'll be looking for a sensible pullback area, maybe in some imbalance area around 15,700. And I'll be looking to play this lower as a new change in momentum looks on the way. And finally, play number three. Well, we have to talk about the NASDAQ. It's showing real signs of weakness. Just saw that break below that 50-day moving average. We retested, we went lower. That was a great 3-day losing streak on the index. Great winning streak, obviously, if you sold this market. More importantly for me now, let's just get my drawings on the chart. Obviously, we spoke about that divergence before, then the move lower. There was our fib from that new sort of swing range that we had. Look at that, broken below. We can actually get rid of that now, and we could actually tag this as our first meaningful break of structure to the downside that I've seen this year. So I'll tag that as a break of low. If you actually look at the price action we've had since the start of the year, tell me where we see a break of structure which has been as clean as that. Is that a sign of things to come? Potentially. We know this index can snap back quicker than anyone's, and we see this 100-day moving average acting as support. But to me, it looks like more of the same for next week, continuing to cash in on those short opportunities from any decent pullbacks.
Week 34 is set to be dominated by technical analysis, as there is a lack of real economic drivers. If you're looking for the biggest drivers though, it will likely come on Wednesday in the form of PPI. Other than that, it may be the hangover from the disappointing China data which weighs on sentiment this week. The key markets to watch will be crude oil, the DAX and the NASDAQ. If there are any added surprises though, we will be sure to be all over this in the trading room in our daily live streams. There is a 30-day free no obligation trial in the room now available, so make sure you take advantage of that by visiting our website at www.howtotrade.com. As always, trade well, and we'll see you on our next live stream.